Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back today to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 things that you guys should consider before you even buy your first car. Because, you know, as a car enthusiast, you know, maturing in that field of interest, there are a lot of things that you don't know when you're buying your first car, you know, especially if you're excited, you have a little bit of money saved up, you're thinking about getting that car, you know, you're scrolling on social media, whether it be Instagram or TikTok or whatever, or YouTube, you know, you're seeing all these cars, you know, wide body BRZs, you know, 1,000 horsepower, you know, Honda Civics, like EG hatches, things like that, or, you know, you're looking at like 370Zs, Hellcats, Supras, you know, all that. You see these fully built cars and you're like, I want that, you know, I want to make that. However, that's the point for this video. But before we do get into it though, I need you guys to drop a sub because I would appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into the video. First things first, of course, you know, with anybody who's buying a car, first thing is budget, okay? And the reason why I say budget is because right now you're just thinking about getting the car, you know, you want to secure the car, but you're not really thinking about like in the future. I mean, you possibly might be, you know, everyone's not the same. Just considering what it is exactly that it is that you're going to be doing to the car. Say you want to get a Supra, you know, the BMW Supras. You're putting down, you know, a big down payment. However, you're gonna be stuck paying like $700-800 a month, depending on the credit, depending on, you know, how much your income is. You may not have money to buy parts. You're spending money on like food, gas, whether or not you have to pay rent, things like that. You're paying this $600-700 monthly payment for the car. You might not have enough money, you know, to buy parts, you know. I think they're asking like $10,000-12,000 down payments for like an FRS BRZ, you know, if you're younger. But you could buy a cheaper car. You could buy like a 350Z for $5K. And then the other $5K, you could buy wheels and suspension right there for like $3K, you know, depending on the wheel, of course, depending on the rims that you get. Thinking of it like that, you know, I wanted to get a BRZ. You know, I wanted to get a BRZ. I wanted to wide body BRZ. You know, I wanted to build it. I didn't know anything about, you know, modifying cars, so I'm actually happy I didn't start off with the BRZ. But yeah, that is, you know, something to consider. It's just budget. The second thing in regards to modifying your car, it's gonna be trim. All right, once you have an idea of a couple cars to look at. Oh yeah, that's something I forgot to mention. Whatever car you want to get, drop that car. You want a Mustang, drop the Mustang. You want to get a Hellcat, drop the no, I'm just kidding. It is completely up to you at the end of the day. However, you do gotta look up trim models because there are a lot of trim models. This is something I didn't know about. Well, I did, but I didn't necessarily. I thought trim was just like interior, like exterior type stuff, like the inside of the car, outside of the car. I didn't know that trim affects what's under the hood. Be sure you learn about the trim, learn about what people are modifying, you know, for the Civic, you know. So you're looking into a Civic, 10th generation Civic. They come in different trims. Different trims lead to different engines. I got a Honda Civic Sport, comes with a 2.0 liter NA engine. Everyone modifies the 1.5 liter turbos, okay? I don't have a turbo, my engine's NA, so therefore there's a lot less aftermarket support, okay? So make sure you're getting the right trim, make sure you're getting the right engine so you don't run into any future problems, you know. Try to get a manual if you can. Manual swaps, they're not recommended from what I hear. However, some cars it is easier to swap than others, you know. That's another thing to look into and think about. But trim is the biggest thing. Make sure you get the right trim. It'll save you a lot of money as opposed to buying new parts, having to swap out old parts, because you want to change the engine, you know. You want to turn your Honda Civic Sport into a SI. You try to get a L15 and you realize, like, what am I gonna do with a K20? You don't even know how to take the engine out. Okay, I'm totally not in that boat, but you see what I'm saying. So then that leads me to my third point, problems with the vehicle. You know, you get the right trim, you know what kind of car you want. Now it's problems. Make sure you are aware of the problems. You know, there's a lot of forums out there. Look up problems on the specific car that you want to get. Make sure that you know what kind of problems there are, what issues you might be running into, after how many miles, when does what start to break down, you know, things like that. You know, when is your transmission going to give out, or when you do certain things, is it going to cause the engine to blow? 2.0 liter NA engine that I got sitting outside, someone threw a Mitsubishi turbo on there, took it to dyno, you know, things were looking nice. When the dyno numbers went up, the engine blew, you know. So all hope for me getting a Mitsubishi turbo has been thrown out the window. Next, the fourth thing we're talking about, it's what kind of car you want to build, you know, at the end of the day. Do you want to build a track car? You want to make a nice daily, you know, do you want it to be stance and break down everywhere you're going? Do you beat the tires when you camber and, you know, run a hella stretch setup? Do you want to build a drift car as well? Different builds are going to get you different types of tickets, you know, if your car looks a certain way, of course, you're gonna get profiled. The last thing, once you check all your boxes, you know, you got the right trim, you know how much you want to pay for the car, you calculated how much the parts are gonna be, go ahead and get that car, man. Go ahead, you know, you're gonna get the car, you're gonna be excited. You know, first thing I recommend modifying, that's, you know, suspension, wheels, you know, but that's a story for another day. But once you figure out what you want to get, you know, get that car, you'll be happy with it. It's not going to be your last car, you know, it's your first one. So with that, make sure it's dependable. Most likely it's going to be your daily, so you know, make sure it's something you enjoy, something you like driving at the end of the day, something, you know, it might not be exactly what it is you wanted to get at first, but I guarantee you'll enjoy it. You know, even though I wanted to get a BRZ, I enjoy the Civic a lot, you know. So yeah, with that, I hope that does help you guys out today. If you guys enjoyed the information that I shared, or you found it a little bit helpful, you know, like I said, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Any recommendations, go ahead, leave it down below for me. And I appreciate your time. Peace.